Nyanji Chimbo, so the Nyingma Lineage, only Molam Chimbo, Abjada, Bakertan, Santo Hirmado, Tumba, Tukji, Janla, Kivia, Tsar. Good morning. Thank you. Today I would like to talk and practice forgiveness. As you know, Buddha teaches his disciples, his followers, and his students to become a good person, right? For example, to practice patience, to develop in interest in helping others. So that's why many times, always, he teaches the heart of enlightenment and emptiness. This combination, heart of enlightenment and emptiness practice, that's the essence of Buddhism, and it is the cause of liberation. And why do people suffer a lot? Why do we have so many negative thoughts? From Buddhist point of view, the cause of these problems are this selfish mind. So that's why Buddha himself, through his profound meditation practice, he recognized that to practice a kind mind as an antidote to selfish mind, because he understood that the main cause of problem is selfish mind. So he many years, 6 years practice after he recognized, oh yeah, this the cause of these problems, negative thoughts. People suffer a lot. Now I understand the cause of this is being selfish mind. So therefore, he got this antidote, right? So therefore, Buddha suggested that everybody should practice a kind mind, because everybody has these problems. It is makes sense that, Buddha said this. And he investigated, many, many years. Why do we have so many negative thoughts? So anyway, the problem is selfish mind. If you examine your mind in everyday life, if you examine, if you investigate every day in your everyday life, you can probably see that something is missing in your heart all the time. If you really think about your life, investigate your negative thoughts and actions, you can see, something big is really missing. No matter how much you try to enjoy with different things, you go somewhere, nice place, you enjoy, you have a good food, nice clothing, good friends, good people around you, and so on. So you can try so many things. Try to enjoy with so many things. If you have money, right, you can try so many different things. But you will see, if you understand and if you use your wisdom, there's always something missing in your heart, in your mind. That's why Buddha recognized and he taught that no matter where you go, where you live, it is a place of suffering. No matter what enjoyment you have, it is the enjoyment of suffering. No matter what friends you accompany, it is, he called friend of suffering. So that's why, he said, samsara is suffering. That's why practice renunciation is very important. Why he said samsara is suffering? Because I just said that, like you tried so many ways, enjoy, doesn't work. As long as you follow desire and attachment, there is no satisfaction. There's no satisfaction. And actually, following desire in itself is suffering. And in itself is a problem. Then the whole thing is suffering in nature. No matter how much you follow desire, you don't get satisfaction. That's the nature of desire. That's why Buddha said, doesn't matter, you try to enjoy with different things. As long as you follow, as long as you develop your desire and attachment, then no matter you try so many different things, you always see something is missing. Never give you satisfaction, never give you which means no happiness and no genuine happiness. You follow desire, you develop it, the only result you receive is dissatisfaction. You want more and more and more. So this is the biggest suffering of samsara. That's why samsara is suffering. Samsara itself is not suffering, but the way you relate it to samsara is suffering. So, we have to really think and ask ourselves, what causes problem and obstacles in life? What causes the obstacles to your spiritual practice, for example? What makes you unable to succeed in your Dharma practice? If you investigate this kind of question, you will find it is following desire and not finding satisfaction. If you examine the nature of your mind, your life, analyzing and questioning yourself, you find that as long as you follow desire, there is no sort of real, genuine happiness. It's very clear. So then you will see something big is missing in your life, is kind of sort of, what do you call it, empty. Means like no meaning, right? In your heart, in your mind, you will see kind of empty. There's no satisfaction. That's why it's kind of empty, So, many people, are aware of this kind of truth of suffering and understand intellectually, but don't sort of move onto the second step. You understand, for example, as long as you follow your desire, then you have no satisfaction. You understand that, but then what is the next? Right? It's not enough to understand. You have to move on to the second step. But people don't. Just people. And as long as you are not liberated from these disturbing thoughts, which bind you to samsara, and you have these aggregates, you will have to experience sort of, suffering continually. There's so many different sufferings, right? Small, big, medium, different kind of sufferings. Doesn't matter. You will experience sort of continually under the control of disturbing thoughts. You again experience the suffering of suffering, the suffering of, as well as suffering of change. As long as you follow desire, you will, we will endlessly experience the suffering of samsara. It is impossible to stop suffering by thinking in this way. Okay, I want to try this way. Enjoy. Maybe I should go there. Take vacation, go there. Doesn't matter. If you think, it's impossible to diminish your suffering, if you missing this, and as long as following desire, then it doesn't matter, really, I think. Buddha said that. I think it's really true. It is impossible to develop your happiness by thinking in this way. It is impossible to stop suffering by thinking this way. This is how all our problems come sort of completely from our own minds, right? Don't misunderstand, when we say samsara is suffering. Samsara itself is not suffering. Everything, like completely we create completely from our minds. When you are experiencing big problems, and if you recognize that your mistake is you follow and desire. And if you will stop follow and desire, then your problems will diminish or disappear. And you will experience happiness in your daily sort of life. And even if you do that, liberation is possible, because cutting off desire liberates you. Otherwise, as long as you continue to follow desire, your samsara has no end, no end. As long as you do not change your own mind, you will not be able to destroy your own desires, attachment, or these negative thoughts. It is impossible. But if, let's think this way. If all the people in this world, for example, possessed this a kind mind, a heart of enlightenment, a kind mind, the good heart, then you think, we don't need all these, weapons, guns, we don't need army, we don't need bombs, nothing, right? Nothing. But it's impossible, right? Everybody follow and have a good heart. It's impossible. That's why we are suffering. If everybody possessed this a heart of enlightenment, a good mind, a kind mind, then we don't need all these danger things. Because the power of the kind mind, the power of good heart makes no danger wherever you go, wherever you stay, You are very safe. Without that, no matter, how good developed these kind of things, the military power, this, we will definitely not win all the time. Instead, we make more problems, right? More which means more enemies. We have more enemies now, you can see it, than long time ago. Because people don't understand how to take care the problems, only focus on outwardly. You have this power for things. They think you can control your problems, but it's not. As long as inside you have a problem, you make more problems, then it doesn't matter how powerful the country is. It doesn't matter. You are never and definitely not win all the time. Of course, most time maybe you will win, but then you make more problems, and then that's why the samsara is no end. The suffering is no end. Generation to generate, like that. So as long as you have this heart of enlightenment, which is a kind mind, then it doesn't work. As you know, according to Buddhism, There's no one in charge of universe, right? We create the cause by our actions, and then we experience their results. So therefore, Buddha said we are responsible for our own actions because we create all these things, good, bad, everything. We. So therefore, we have the teachings, instructions, and this kind of instructions, teachings tells us how best way to work within the function of cause and effect, cause and conditions in order to experience happiness, to find a genuine happiness, everlasting happiness. And people really clearly understand all this suffering that we create that, this kind of problems, and then the result, we are going to, even like some people who don't believe in past lives, still experience happiness, unhappiness, as a result of their actions. It's clear. It doesn't matter you believe or you don't believe, you are going to experience happiness either. If your actions good, then happiness, you will experience. Your actions bad, you experience unhappiness. So what should we do? Suffering is everywhere, more and more. So if, for example, if you are not happy with your situation, then you need to figure out what make it better. Otherwise, you are not trying to learn anything new in your life. I just want to share with you what I have learned from my teachers and how I think what is important to have in our lives, so that you can think and you can change your lives if you want it. And there are two different things, right? Happy life and meaningful life. So both we can do it. Happy life, a happy life. 3 causes, right, for happy. Just a happy life, you need 3 causes. And then meaningful life, you need 4 causes. You all know that. So this is what I think. The first step is to have a clear idea of what kind of life you want to live. That's first idea, first step. Then, before making any decision, you have to think, you have to ask yourself. You have a new idea, right? So you have to think, will this idea and this action that I'm considering get me closer to the kind of life I want to live, or further from it? You have to think. Because every decision you make is important for your lives. That's why the first step is very important, to find a clear and good idea. Then you have to Like think about desire. If you follow desire and attachment, is that idea, that kind of, thought, through that, can you develop happy life or meaningful life? You have to investigate. Because nobody can make your life better. You can. Only you can. So every decision you make is important for, your life. So, because every day, according to Buddhism, every day is new day, new life, so that you can see the sufferings, difficulties, that people have. And then I think it's very nice to cultivate a kind mind, right? And then forgiveness, actually, forgiveness. Once you understand this kind of situation, actually, without difficulties, we do not have the opportunity to cultivate a kind mind. And we don't have opportunity to develop forgiveness. And without that, there is no true love and compassion, which are the cause of heart of enlightenment, which are the cause of become a good person. So, it's very important. We should not imagine a place where there is no suffering, where there is only happiness. It's impossible, right? It's impossible in this world. So therefore, we have to sort of accept difficulties and, everything. And then Buddha said, be gentle with yourself, kind to others. That's your practice. Love your family, friends, and your neighbors. That is how you develop a kind mind, a good heart, become a good person. Keep a healthy relationship. A healthy relationship is based on spiritual practice. If you have no spiritual practice, you cannot develop a good mind, heart of enlightenment. And when your mind is fully engaged in a positive attitude through the practice of kindness and forgiveness, then your negative sort of habits will gradually diminish, right? So to have this kind of mind is very important. As you know, according to Buddhism, everything depends on your mind, how you think, how it's not outside. It's not about samsara. It's about your mind. My teachers always said that, if you have a pure mind, means a kind mind, then if your body is impure, you will be fine. If you have an impure mind, negative mind, but if you have a pure body, it will be dangerous. Maybe you don't know what that means. It means if you have a kind mind, then even you have an animal body, you will be happy. Not only happy, you will do something good. You can protect people or whatever. That is, according to Buddhist point of view, animals don't possess all the uh, 18, right? 18 freedoms and advantages, according to Buddhism. So that's why they said animals' body is impure, because they don't possess these 18 freedoms and advantages. But if you have the kind mind, then you will be fine, even though your body is not sort of like human, precious human body, but it's fine. Kind mind more important than you possess at freedoms and advantages. And if you have sort of impure mind, which is selfish mind, right? Selfish mind, then you have sort of, the highest position, powerful position, dangerous. You are going to destroy whole world. That's what you call it, like kind of, you have, it's not pure body, but you have really strong and powerful position you have right now, right? For example, you have, but inside negative, then you are going to destroy everybody. So that means you don't have a kind mind, then doesn't matter how much you have powerful position. You are not going to do good things for people, for environment, everything. You're going to destroy. So therefore, according to Buddhism, only the mind, because mind is the root of problems, root of happiness. So therefore, you have to focus on how to develop a good mind, heart of enlightenment. So then, no matter, we believe that this is not only your one life. Your life is endless. Then doesn't matter you be born in any more body or whatever, where, doesn't matter. If you have a kind mind, very important. And as a human being, if you have kind mind, this means, according to Buddhism, you are truly enter the great path. You become a genuine practitioner. I mean, a kind mind, a good mind, you have to develop. You don't have. If you don't have it, then you have to develop, you have to practice. But once you have it, then you become a genuine, authentic practitioner and practice your whole path for the benefit of others. That is the Mahayana path, what Buddhist language that we call Mahayana path. Mahayana means a great vehicle, great path. That kind of motivation, what we call it, bodhicitta, right? Heart of enlightenment, which is translated into English. Heart of enlightenment means like a kind mind. So therefore, we have a body, we have a mind, and this is very precious, very important. Because if we used well, then happy. If you have a good mind, and if you follow a good path, then your life will be successful. That means they call, if you have this kind of good mind, good path, you become a good person. You are living in this world. This world is really impure. There are so many good people, but there are so many bad people. But doesn't matter, you're living in this world like that kind of situation. Your mind will experiencing happiness like bodhisattvas, right? The great practitioners. So, I want you to understand that according to Buddhism, some people just don't understand. Or Buddhists said, Buddhist point of view, samsara is suffering. You can't do anything. Or it's so bad. Don't go there. That's you misunderstand. Samsara itself is not suffering, right? But the way, you relate it to samsara, how you see, how you hear, everything is negative because of in your mind. Then you can see it is suffering, right? But once you have a good mind, samsara is beautiful, right? There is nothing wrong with having a lot of things and having a relationship. Nothing wrong. Without desire, without attachment, then your relationship, you possess so many things. It's beautiful. It's good. And some people think, okay, if I have a relationship, it's impossible to have relationship without desire and attachment. Wrong. It is possible. It's very wrong, right? So we have lots of instructions, right, to transform your desire, your attachment, transform into love and compassion. There are lots of meditations on it. You can do that. So suffering, samsara is not suffering. This world is not suffering. But if you don't have a kind mind, it is suffering. Now, just as I said, today we're going to meditate on forgiveness. Very important, because it allows you to let go of the past, right? Past. And not only that, make a fresh life start. If you practice forgiveness, you can let go of your past and move on. Next step. So first you sort of acknowledge what you feel, unhappiness or whatever, right? Then you forgive yourself for being human. So then you don't have to carry the burden with you anymore. That's why forgiveness is very important. Because people can't let go. Something happened a long time, but still you carry that problem. You can't just let it go. Forgiveness can lead to feelings of understanding and compassion for the one who hurt you or yourself. Forgiveness brings a kind of peace that helps you go on with your life. Forgiveness is a commitment to a process of change. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you deny the other person's responsibility for hurting you. You can forgive the person without excusing the act. Do you understand? Now, let's say, what if the person you are forgiving doesn't change? We have that problem, right? Doesn't change. If. I think this is very important. I forgive, but he or she still, same thing, doesn't change. What should I do? To understand, getting another person to change his or her actions or words is not the point of forgiveness. The point is, think of forgiveness more about how it can change your life by bringing you peace, happiness, spiritual things. That is the point. Practice forgiveness. Not about others. You have to investigate your mind. Change your life. Develop your mind. Peace, happiness, patient, tolerant. That is the point of practice forgiveness. Forgiveness can take away the power the other person continues to hurt in your life. But of course, forgiveness can be challenging, especially your point of view. If the person who's hurt you doesn't admit wrong, it's difficult. But ask yourself why this person would behave in such a way. Exchange. Perhaps you would have reacted similarly if you faced the same situation. You always say that, right? You put yourself in their place, and then you will see. And if you are the one who needs forgiveness, then the first step is to acknowledge the wrongs you have done and how those wrongs have affected others. So, of course, we're a human being. We make mistakes all the time. That's fine. But we have to recognize our mistakes and try to will not do it again. Everybody makes mistakes. That's just fine, right? But people don't recognize because the selfish mind. I'm always correct. You did this and that. Right? Because we don't want to recognize our own mistakes. So two things. Remember, when we practice Vajrasattva, first we have to recognize your mistakes. Then you have to make a commitment. I'm not going to do this again. That's how you make a better person, good person. But it doesn't work. Doesn't work if you recognize your mistakes, but you still, you follow it. Make more and more and more mistakes. It doesn't work. So that's two things so important. First, you have to recognize, and then you promise, I'm not going to do this again. As much as I can, be a good person. So now this is how you meditate on forgiveness. So you should begin by visualizing yourself and then sort of intentionally bring up all your life's regrets. Because then you see your mistakes. The point is not to be dual and painful or sort of memorize, but you have to remember your mistakes in order to practice forgiveness. Next, breathe in. So first you visualize that, right? Relax, visualize. And then you breathe in. When you breathe in, all that feelings into your heart. This is kind of analytical meditation. And then you open your heart as much as you can. Don't think, I don't want to think about this. Oh, it makes me angry, Just open your heart, be gentle, right? Kind to others, kind to yourself. Open your heart as much as you can. And then breathe out to send yourself forgiveness. And also think all of that, just what I said, about forgiveness during the practice. What is the benefit to practice forgiveness? What is, harmful if you follow your, negative actions? What kind of life do I want? So all things that you have to sort of think and, meditate. That's about yourself. After that, if you want, you should think of others' feelings the same way, and then breathe their pain into your heart, and to send everyone forgiveness. So if you practice this kind of this way, little by little, without expectations, I think, you will learn to relax with the feelings of regret for having hurt yourself and others. And you will slowly, gradually also learn self-forgiveness. This kind of meditation we call it healing process. It allowed you to make amendments and commitment, and change your mind, change your actions with those you had hurt and those who had hurt you. So through this meditation, you will be able to let go of your anger, unhappiness, and you will discover forgiveness as a nature expression of the open heart and an expression of your basic goodness. This potential is inherent in every moment, and each moment is an opportunity to make a fresh life. So forgiveness, practice forgiveness is not like it's not like what do you call it? A retirement, like means like you stopped your job, right? And you're done. And you forgive and it's over. Not like that. It's not like that. You have to think. And you have to think it's a process of practice. For example, you start to walking into something, but you are not done. You continue to walk, right? Rather than you're doing it and then you're done. Not like that. It's very important to understand, process this kind of practice, process your practice. So to continue, to practice forgiveness every single day, actually very important. If you don't practice forgiveness, then it's difficult to let things go, and it's difficult to be compassionate towards those who make mistakes. People make mistakes every day. So that means you have to practice forgiveness every day. You forgive, and then it's all over. I'm done. Then it doesn't work that way, So you make mistakes. I make mistakes. People make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. So that means you always remember this kind of instructions and putting into your life. Then that means you really forgive. And if you forgive something to someone, it doesn't mean that you are the loser. It's actually you are the winner. As a Tibet, the Khambas, they fight each other, and if you don't fight with this person, they think you are going to lose. But actually, it's not. You are win if you forgive and whatever something to someone, then you're going to win. You're going to win. So anyway, that's why it's very important to practice forgiveness, because lots of people, right? Lots of people, we have lots of problems. People are angry. You cannot control the whole world. You control your negative thoughts, and it makes you better life and takes you the correct path, good path. So it's really important. One person knows how to take care of their life. It's really important. So Buddhist point of view, you become a good person, you have to think, and go step by step slowly, rather than thinking like whole beings, right? How to take care of this country, it's huge. The first, you have to take care of yourself. Think about yourself. Do you have a happy life? Do you have a meaningful life? Once you have it, then you can help others. If you don't have, then first you have to practice forgiveness. Okay? Few minutes practice. Meditate on forgiveness, right? Bring all your past time. Usually I say don't think about past and future. Just focus on present moment. But today I will let you do it as much as you want. Think about past. Oh, this person, this, blah, 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 whatever. So many things. You bring all that and regret your life, Then say, forgiveness. Okay, few minutes, please. Just to relax both your body and mind. And then before you do this practice, just, breathe in and breathe out very gently, slowly. Makes your mind, your body is kind of very relaxed and calm. Then you're ready to think. Then you're ready to practice this kind of analytical meditation. So, and correct your motivation. And then once you practice forgiveness, then at the same time you have to kind of make a commitment. I will do this. I'm going to practice every day and recognize. I'm going to, investigate my actions, not others, my actions. If I have wrong, I make mistakes, I'm going to correct them. That kind of commitment you have to keep in your mind. And there is no two different times. This is my meditation time. This is my work time. That's wrong. So all this commitment, whatever you practice, you have to bring that into your daily life. Practice is big part of your life. So you have to remember a kind mind, how to be gentle yourself, how to be kind to others. Very important, okay? So few minutes, please meditate.